lighting from the bottom rather than the top. So the back one's, lighting from the top or bottom from the sides. Okay, and now this one I'm going to use for shadows because I want the shadows to come in this way. So I'm going to make sure my shadows are on for this one. For this one, I'm going to turn shadows off. I just want the shadows coming from, this is like my main light source here. And the other light is my fill-in light. This is my rear fill-in light, so I don't want really any shadows off of that one. You may want them or whatever, but you can do whatever is right for the scene. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it up like that. Okay, so now we have our main light. Let me go a little higher on that one, possibly. No, because I want them all to light up, so especially this front one, so I'm pulling it away from it a little bit. Alright, so let's see how that looks. Wait, let me turn this light down a little bit. I'm clicking the backlight again. I'm bringing it down just to, starting at 0, then bring it up until I just notice some lighting in the back like that. 0.7 there, that's good, I guess. And then we'll just render it, see how it looks. Alright, so maybe a little bit too bright on the light. I'll tweak the main one down a little bit and turn the shadows. Shadows are a little bit too dark, so we'll go ahead and do that now on the main light, which is right here. I'll bump this down maybe to 0.93 or so, and then maybe 0.3 something on the shadows. That should take care of that. Now, if we want to add colors, it's just to the crystals. What we'll do is, this is why we separated the crystals also. We're going to create another Omni light, and we'll just put it maybe here, there, and grab our move tool. We just move it into position. We want to put it right in front of this. Bring it up. Yeah, I'm just working on all my viewports until I get it in. I want it right in front of that crystal right there. Like that. Maybe right in the middle there. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, what we need to do is for this light, can make sure shadows are off. We're going to change the color to maybe a green, dark green. Alright, and for this one, we need to go click this exclude button here. And we're going to choose crystals. And click this little button. And then click include illumination. This way, it only includes the crystals on the illumination setting. It doesn't do anything with shadows, doesn't do anything to the ground. It only affects the crystals. So we can do whatever we want to this light and it won't affect this, other than the reflections that come off the crystals will bounce off and hit the ground and make it glow a little green. But you'll see the change in your viewport, but it's not going to render like that. It will. You'll see some green here, but not as much as you see. It's only affecting the crystals. Alright, so that. And we're going to choose the decay, set it to inverse. Now there's a little sphere that kind of develops around here. We can set this small, and this will keep it contained to a certain area, rather than if it's off, it spreads out everywhere. This keeps it contained to one small area, and then we can turn the light up like that. And it'll keep it all confined right there. Other than the reflections bouncing off of everything, that's the only thing that's going to happen. Let's go with even darker green, and we'll bump the color or the bright multiplier up, and we'll render that. Right, so as you can see, it's a little bit too green, but you get the idea. That's how you can light up the individual crystals if you wanted to, certain colors. That's all you got to do. It's just put them in front of your crystals around it or whatever, and that's what you'll get. Just obviously for that one we'd want to go with a little less multiplier on that one, so we'd probably crank that down, maybe turn this up a little bit, and just get, just play with the position of, how everything is, and maybe we'll go ahead and shift click. We'll move this over to this one, and choose copy, not instance. And you can name these lights if you want, blue, green, whatever. And maybe I'll put this one up top there. this one blue. Alright, set for inverse. There. Okay, it's not giving us a real-time preview because we have too many lights in the scene. So we'll set, I have it set for scene light, so that should be fine. And then we'll just render it, and I'll pause it and wait. Alright, so this one, I mean, you can see the light a little bit up here. There's not really reflecting. I should have put it by one that reflects, or a different angle, but you can see that the light is reflecting in there. You'll see a little dot, but you can see the green came out better because I turned the brightness down on that one. So you just got to play with it, but it gives you the idea how to make it glow and change the colors and stuff. Place lights around and adjust the main light, maybe make it darker, and that should take care of all that. Go this one. Bring that one down a little bit there. Also, yeah, that should be good there. Crank that up there. Go with the color like that. You know, you can even maybe add a red in there. Give a cooler color. See what it looks like, I guess. Okay, you know, it depends with the crystal shapes. You know, this one kind of looks cool out, streaks up that way. So just mess around with the lighting, and that's it for the lighting. And now I'll just show you how to make a sky real quick. So we're gonna go to rendering, environment, choose use map none, and set it to noise. Then we're going to drag the noise map to this extra slot here, choose instance, and we'll close that. And while the perspective viewport is active, you go to views, viewport background here, use environmental background and display background, and click OK. Now our background's going to show up in here. We're going to maximize the viewport so we can see it. Alright, so now we get to start playing with our sky a little bit. So what I'll do is I'm going to go to this menu here and click geometry to get rid of our geometry so we can actually see the sky. I'm going to set my noise to explicit so we can actually see a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like. And we're going to turn it to fractal, blur all the way down, levels all the way up to 10, and we'll set the low setting to here. We're going to change the sky color to the blue, like that. That'll give us, you know, if we change this low, it'll break up the clouds for us. And then maybe set this to 1.5 or so. This way it squeezes the clouds like real clouds, maybe even more. 2. Come down a little bit. No, up. Nope, higher number. You just got to play with your noise levels until you get the right size clouds that you're going for. And then for the blue, what we can do is, well, we'll go to the clouds first. We'll go to the noise, the none, click the none button. Click noise, and we can change our cloud color like that. Well, let's set this to white first and go with a low noise. We'll set it to fractal, turn levels all the way up to 10 on that one, blur all the way to 0, and wrong way. We'll take the high one, bring the high one down to bring the white out. Now this way the clouds ain't just white, they have the grays in them. We're going to turn down the blacks a little bit, and then bring some more gray back by turning the low up, and then we'll just play with the noise size a little bit.